And I would just like to start by telling you about something funny that happened to your boy yesterday, right? So, leaving out of my building, or the building I'm staying at, rather. I'm leaving out to go to the game, right? Got a credential. Get to go to a lot of games. Kind of cool. Anyway, I'm rolling out. I get in the elevator. There's two black dudes in the elevator, right? One of them got dreads. I can't even remember what the other one looked like. They was very Florida, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, very Florida. One thing about this is that, like, the circles I'm trafficking in here and where I'm staying or whatever, like, I'm not around a lot of black people. I mean, just like black people who live in Miami. I don't really come across that many of them. Just there, you know? Got that Florida in them. You know what I mean? Anyway, two cats were in the elevator. It was cool. We were just talking. I don't know what they was drinking, but I can tell you this much. It didn't cost a lot. I know that because I know what cheap liquor smells like. And it didn't cost a lot, right? Like, it looked like it came out the bottle already in whatever flavor it was. Not no mix. You understand what I'm saying? Just the flavor, right? So it is emanating all the way through the elevator, right? Just all over the elevator. You can smell it all over the place, right? So we keep going down, a couple more floors, and this lady gets in. I'd give her mid 50s to early 60s, like somewhere in there, a Latino woman. And one of the guys in the elevator, he was just being friendly. They made conversation with me when I got in there. They were making conversation with her, and they asked her, they were like, yo, so what you think about the game tonight? And she says, there's a game tonight. And she just didn't know the game was going on. Like, it's very refreshing for me to come across people who, in that situation, like, just don't know the game is on. Because I'm so knee deep in this world with y'all who take this too seriously that it's very different to come across somebody that's just like, yo, I didn't know there was a game. So the woman said she didn't know there was a game, and that's fine. The guy told her Miami Heat, and she said, well, the Heat are playing tonight? Yeah. And they told her that, it was the NBA Finals. And she said, oh, it's the NBA Finals. She had no idea it was the NBA Finals. Once again, I'm not clowning that because there's all kinds of stuff that goes on that I don't know anything about. And I'm not under this delusional impression that just because I pay attention to this stuff that anybody else is required to. It's not like we're talking about election day. You know what I mean? So we keep on rapping, they keep going. Long elevator ride, as you can see. And they asked my man, wanted to do something else about it. And she asked if they were going. And they said, nah, but my man's going. Because I told him I was going to the game. So she looks up and says, oh, you guys are playing in the game. Yeah. She thought that I might have been, playing in the game. Game started at 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock, I'm in the elevator with these two dudes drinking a bunch of cheap alcohol. Now I'm asking you right now, help me help you. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe I missed something in the course of this, but I'm telling you, we ain't really look like basketball players. But hey, she thought we were basketball players, and it actually got me to thinking about some of my younger days and the way that I would have responded to that. Hold on. Back in the day, like high school, early college years, you dig? I'm gonna tell you this right now. That woman would have asked me if I was playing in the game. The answer, absolutely, 100%, positively, would have been yes. And I would have come up with some elaborate cockamamie story to explain this. Like, we was in the Waffle House once, my freshman year in college, after homecoming coordination. I'll never forget this for the life of me, man. We all sitting in a booth, and we were all wearing suits because we had just come back from the coordination, right? So we all in the suits, and randomly, don't ask me why, but this woman asked us if we were a singing group. Now, I need you to keep something in mind, right? Like, those of y'all who are in the chat room, how many of y'all have seen Road Trip? I think it had the dude Breckenmeyer, Tom Green. Y'all remember that? Anybody else see that movie? Now, if you have seen that movie, you may remember that they did a lot of they had a step show scene, right? Movie was filmed in part in Atlanta, and I know a lot of it, I guess, was in Athens, the UGA, but they had a step show scene. That was a bunch of dudes I went to college with. Like, I know I was the Alpha chapter in that scene. Now, in that scene with the dude stepping, y'all remember that there was a little person that was stepping, right? You remember the little person? Well, he was with us at the Waffle House that night. Like, that particular exact little person, right? He was with us in the Waffle House that night. And I was just thinking to myself that if this lady thinks we a singing group, like, does she think that this is some kind of gimmick? Like, I've heard about people using, like, little people in movies for cheap laughs and the like. But have you ever shown up and seen just a little person in the singing group? Not the rapping group, the singing group. Right? So maybe she just thought we was ahead of our time, right? And maybe she just thought that we were ahead of our time, and we had figured out that our ticket to the top was with a little person in our group. But we sure did tell her we were a singing group. I think we may have even started singing. Of course, given the fact that we couldn't sing, I'm not sure how convincing we were.